the face of the NBA.
Again.
Again, I feel like we have this conversation every like 6 months, but the reason we're having this conversation this time about the face of the NBA is because Ant said he don't want it. He said
He said he don't want it.
he said I'm good. I don't want to be the face of the NBA. He said something like that's what we got Wemby for. He's like I'm all right. Now and then LeBron, we're gonna get into that. Hold on, but LeBron co-signed the whole Anthony Edwards and was like said something along the lines of why would you want to be the face of this league when people on a day-to-day basis that cover this game just shit on everybody or just shit on you. It's tricky. Like, okay, off the rip, you hear Ant say, I don't want to be the face of the NBA. First thing
I don't
Go ahead.
I don't know what that means. Like, I think people like to confuse the conversation a lot because, in my opinion, it's not up to the player. It's not up to them. Like, if you go out and do more media, you're going to become the face of the league or whatever. It's like, even if you want it or not, if you play to the highest level in the NBA, you will be noticed as if you are exciting, if you do this and you do that, then you will be noticed as the face of the NBA, the best player, the most exciting player. When Steph Curry was hot, when it was 73-9 Warriors, it was hot. It was Steph is fucking hitting half court shots and scoring
But
40 a game and all this shit. And it's like KD was the face of the league. It's like you don't. It's not like Tatum. Like I'm the face of this league. It's like
no,
no,
I
you just
can't. Hold
play.
on, hold
If
on.
you play well enough.
What are we doing here? Are we saying Tatum's not a face of the league?
No, I think he's a face of the league, but
Okay.
saying I'm the face of the league doesn't make you the face of the league. Saying I don't want to be one doesn't make you the face, not the face of the league. If Ant, like when Ant went on that tear last playoffs, it
Mm-hmm.
was here's Jordan.
Yeah. See, the problem is, like, Braun fucked the game up. He's
For real,
been the
he
face.
set the bar way too high.
He's been the face for the longest,
20
and
plus
and,
years.
and even like in the NFL, like Tom Brady fucked the game up. Like these guys have
Yep.
been the face for 2+ decades,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, and the thing is about LeBron is when he's sitting there going like, I didn't choose it, and it does suck. It's like, bro, you were definitely calling yourself the chosen one, and you
The
were
king.
like, my problem with LeBron sitting here.
He was calling himself the best player in the world real early. The best
Well,
player ever real early.
there's two sides of this. There's the him talking about people covering the game, which I want to talk about in a sec, but then it's also him feeding that negativity on being or about being the face of the NBA is almost selfish in a way. And I'm not saying on purpose, but it's selfish in a way because LeBron has obviously taken it full advantage of being the face of
He
the
is
NBA
the biggest
and
benefit of this.
has benefited so much, the most out of anybody from being the face of the NBA.
Of
So
course.
for him to sit there and say, I don't blame him. It's like I really wish maybe it was a different route. And it's like, like if you you talk to
And
Ant, it's like Ant, if you are the face of the NBA, it's like and Ant seems. I'm not gonna sit here and pocket watch, but he seems like someone that's gonna be about his bag. And if you're the face of the NBA, that bag is just gonna keep getting bigger and bigger.
and that's what the thing is like with like is being shit talked on the internet by Stephen A. Smith the worst thing about being the face of the league?
Well, okay, here's the
Like, does that deter you from being a better basketball
but
player or a
you
more
gotta
exciting basketball player?
you gotta take the good with the bad. I mean, okay, yes,
Yeah,
people get online or go on TV. Now he said specifically people who cover the game on a day-to-day basis. So to me, that's gotta be people like Stephen A. Because he's probably not
yeah,
even thinking of fans or people on social media or like people like me and you who just have a podcast. He's
sure,
talking about people who actually speak for the NBA media.
yeah,
They shit on the game. But to me, it's like if you're the face of the NBA, the problem is everybody's a face of something. Tatum, if he's not the face of the NBA, he's a face of the Celtics. Shai's a face of the Thunder. Wemby's the face of the Spurs. Like Jokic is the face of the Nuggets. If they're not faces of the NBA, they're the faces of something. I
yeah,
mean, it's the same thing for any job or company, or you're just representing yourself. Period.
yeah.
You're
Yeah.
the face of something. So to sit here and pretend like you don't want to be the face of the NBA because what there's a little more pressure on you in this day and age, there's more conversations being had off the air and not on ESPN anyways, and putting more pressure on someone's legacy and whatnot, and expectations rise more and more in Twitter feeds than what Stephen A. Smith says. But if we want to just talk
Yeah.
about what Stephen A. Smith says, Stephen A. Smith, Shannon Sharp, whoever, they get on TV, they talk about basketball, they say they have their hot takes like everybody else does.
Yeah.
They talk about interesting things. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I think LeBron's obviously the most biased person to talk about it because and it's like, bro,
He is still the face.
I don't want to shit on Braun, but it's like, yes, you're still the face and you're still benefiting crazy from being the face of the NBA and will for many, many years to come after you retire from the NBA because let's be real,
He'll still be the
and
face.
especially the way these young stars are acting where they don't even want to be the face, LeBron's still gonna
Right.
be a damn face. He's gonna be an owner of a team and actually
Yeah.
like care and like want to be there and like want them to win and not be like Mike and just be like, fuck it, we suck. But
For real. Yeah.
either way, I'm all over the place just because there's so much to say about this. LeBron,
Well,
I think if
and it's also like him being like, "Oh, that's what Wemby's for." It's like Wemby's. I don't know. I don't want to shit on Wemby or
well, I have a
sort of
different reason for
guess where his
Wemby.
career is gonna go or whatever. But this dude's 7'4". We've never seen anybody like this. Um, but at the same time, it's like it's not the most exciting style of basketball. This dude is a foot away from the rim. He can like it's not the wild. I don't know. It's not the same as watching a prime Steph Curry or a prime KD or a
There's
prime Bron or anything like that.
there's only a select few of players that truly I think didn't want to be the face of the NBA, but as even though they were still pushed as a face, they just didn't care. Like it's not like they pushed back. Like
Mm.
an obvious one is like Kawhi. Kawhi doesn't give a shit.
Yeah,
Now,
agreed.
obviously, he's gonna do his New Balance commercials. He's gonna do this. He's gonna get his money. But in terms of being the face of the NBA, he doesn't care.
No,
KD purely just wants to hoop.
yeah, for real.
KD wants to hoop. And we all know he is a face of the NBA. And he knows he's a face of the NBA, but he don't care.
Fuck yeah.
But he's not coming out and saying like, man, like, I don't
He's
give
like,
a
man, I
fuck.
just wish I didn't have this many people saying I'm good at basketball.
So I don't know. I don't like the
Well, I think the face of the NBA conversation is just wrong. I don't think it's
but
a
Le,
chosen thing. You don't choose to be it.
but LeBron is being biased and he's being I'm so flustered with words right now. I wish I could think of other words, but he's he had a podcast a year ago.
With JJ.
I mean, he was talking on the internet about shit. Like, I mean, like, are we not going to pretend like he's not going to go in this same direction, same career path post NBA or post basketball and not sit down and talk about what's going on in the NBA and all this? And he's never going to say a negative word. Never.
Right.
We're going to remember this. We're going to remember this for the next 20, 30 years if we're still doing this damn fucking podcast. If
Yeah.
LeBron James, he better not say one negative thing because I
Yep.
think year after year after year, I think he grows a bigger, I don't know. I think he just hates the media more and more. But
Yep.
honestly, it's like when you are playing at this level, at this age, and you've been doing it for this long, you got certain expectations. And sadly, people like you and fucking Tom Brady have made people think that everybody is supposed to be like you and play for 2 decades and never get
Yep.
hurt and just be an absolute specimen. It's like, LeBron, you can sit there and say, maybe, like, he's probably coming from a good place where it's like, I'm
Yeah,
LeBron.
I think he's trying to support
Like,
and like how he feels about being that popular or whatever. But
I'm LeBron, and I think I've taken on this pressure well. I wouldn't, but maybe I
he
wouldn't
wouldn't put
wish
that on somebody
I
else.
wouldn't want somebody else to try to take this amount of pressure. But it's like then you got
Sure.
your son coming into the league and people are talking shit about him on television. It's like I think he's
For
just
sure.
more and more. He's like, man, fuck the media. Whatever.
At the same time, it's like he's like, who would want to be a face of this league? It's like you
You.
still want to be a face of this league. You're still the face of this league. Um,
So I'm pretty sure there's a
and
former
to blame
face.
it on shit, the one thing that LeBron has had his entire career is people comparing him to Mike, people comparing him to every other great basketball player of all
Well,
time,
I mean, but
and still
LeBron,
not getting his flowers. And he's gonna complain about it now. It's like, who gives a
but
shit? You're the greatest basketball player ever. Fuck what the media says.
LeBron did that to himself though. He was the chosen one. He was the new 23. He was
He
not
was
winning
the king.
6, not 7, not 8,
Yeah,
not like he put all this
but
pressure
that
on
was
himself.
you think about that. That's fucking 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years into his career.
Hmm.
He's
And
sitting
if
here
any
20 years
other,
into his career, and he's now flipped.
and now he's like, man, I don't know why you'd want to be the face of the NBA. It's just, yeah, it definitely
It's like, bro,
makes
you're a billionaire.
absolutely no sense. It's pretty
Now, Braun doesn't
simple.
have 8 illegitimate kids, but you never
But
know.
but it's just the same way. Like I said, how everybody is a face of something. Luca, Steph, Bron, Jokic, Joel Embiid,
Giannis.
fucking Giannis. They're all the face of their teams. They're all faces of the NBA. They all get the good and the bad. Braun is just at the top of that. I
Yep.
mean, it's just it is what it is. So
Well, I
I
mean,
think
I think you're just waiting on a consistent domination from one player, and
well
I think Jokic has done that, but it's not exciting.
okay. Can I let's bring up the elephant in the room. And I'm only saying this because I've heard it so many times. I feel like you have to just throw this on the
What, you got
table.
to win a chip?
No, no,
Uh,
no. Just throw this on the table and see what happens. Throw it at the wall and see if it sticks, Devin. So a lot of former
possible.
players that are talking about this, they've made a point to say that the face of the NBA kind of sort of has to be American
Yeah,
and or speak English.
speak English well. Yes,
Like, and then they brought up like, bro, it's like Jokic don't even give a fuck. Like, it's like even if,
and that's the thing. It's like, well, but I think if Jokic, even if he gave a fuck or not, if his play style was more exciting, I think he would be a bigger face.
but
Like, I don't think it's just kind of personality.
but the problem is, I don't know why everybody's acting like there has to just be one face. Like
No,
when we
well,
look at
but
eras,
that's kind of the natural. There will be someone who, out of the 8 people who are faces, there will be someone who will rise to the
I don't
top and take over that
I
face.
don't think so though. I
But
don't I
at
don't.
some point, I mean,
But okay,
after Mike and after
besides,
Kobe and after Shaq and all that stuff, you wouldn't think that there would be another
but you're saying all this
Bron
like
Covington.
but it's just like but if every single year there's a different champion or there's different finals matchups, no, it's gonna be just there's plenty of faces in the league. Luca,
Yeah.
you got. I mean, Luca. We'll see. Obviously, he's gonna be the face of the Lakers and continue to be the face of the NBA. You got Jokic. We don't know what's going on over there, but bro's gonna keep winning.
Well, then I mean, I guess it'll revert to kind of what it was back in the '70s and '80s, where it was Larry and
But
Magic
even if
and
you
a few
go
other dudes.
But even if you don't go that far back, I mean, if you look at like when you just think of that's the thing. It's like Bird, Magic. It's like you just automatically you can start listing. You don't have to just go with one person and just go.
Yeah,
That's what it was. I think. I
it's
think
kind of what it was during Mike's era, but
I think it's gonna be Tatum, and then you got Ant obviously, and I think Ja's bouncing back from obviously off the court bullshit that probably pulled him down from the NBA wanting to make him the face of the NBA. But
I mean, he
when he was
was before that happened. He was real close.
He was
It was a
he was
skyrocket. It was
he
awesome.
was like probably where like Shy is, I guess now.
He was above Shaq.
Dude, the Shy guys
I
are
no,
crazy.
I, I no, but pure popularity. I think Shai gets more like that MVP look and all that stuff, and team leader look and all
But
that.
that's
But
what I'm talking about though.
the Ja
You're talking
hype,
about
the Ja popularity, the
but
Ja face of the NBA was so big, dude.
but like you just said though, who is in MVP conversations? Who's in MVP conversations?
Shy is, but
I think
it was
Ja.
Ja's like,
If
no, this
that
is Ja.
bullshit didn't, if that bullshit didn't happen, I think Ja was right there where it was all right. Boom, I'm here. I'm gonna just keep consistently playing, and I'm the MVP. I'm in the MVP
See, but
conversation.
no, I think that's where like excitement, like your level of exciting play comes in. It's like no, Shy's cool, but it's not to the level of how exciting Ja Morant is to watch.
I guess, but if you're not winning, you're not the face.
Agreed, but
Who's been the face? Who you think? So if you think if Steph
but
Curry
there
just
have been people who have won and not been a face. Jokic isn't
yeah,
the
but not the
face, and he's
opposite though.
been winning.
Nobody's losing and is the face.
LeBron lost a ton.
Okay, he went to 8 straight finals, which meant he
Yeah.
won a lot of basketball games.
Yes.
So if Steph Curry just continued to make a bunch of threes but didn't go anywhere in the playoffs, he would not be Steph Curry. But he won basketball games
Agreed.
and like it mattered. So
Agreed.
I'm like you have to win to be a face. Like there's no way to argue that. You can
Yeah.
lose.
I mean, agreed
You can win and not be the face,
for
but
sure.
you can lose. Like I'm saying, like
Not in a measure.
Toronto wins, and you know what? Instead of just staying here and maybe building with the team I won with, and can continue to build my popularity and literally this entire country who's has my back, I'm gonna just go to the Clippers. Like Kawhi didn't want to be the face. Fuck that. I'm
Well,
going
I
for
mean,
that.
I think if he stayed a Raptor, I mean, there's no way they would have number one made a championship again or won a championship.
Like Jimmy got a lot of praise. Jimmy got a lot of love. But if Jimmy pulled out one of those fucking dubs in the finals, oh my
Oh,
god.
no, you're right.
Oh
You're
my
right.
god. The face. You want to talk about a face? Come on.
That Jimmy
Come on,
shit. I
Devin.
mean, yeah, if he beat the Lakers and well, he beat the Nuggets, that would have been
Gotta win.
awesome.
You
But they
gotta
got
win
4-0
most in
and
that
4-1,
game.
right?
Yes.
4-0 against the Lakers, right? 4-1.
4-1, four
I think it
two.
was 4-1 in both series. Maybe 4-2.
Did they not make a game 6? Either way, who cares?
No, it
But
was 4-2. Lakers 4-1 Nuggets.
um I think at the end of the day, the face of the NBA is not the worst fucking thing to be given LeBron. So
It's
the
not.
way he's acting like it's like the craziest thing or the
But it
worst
is, I mean,
title
it's,
ever.
I don't know.
Everybody's a face of something, and I think there's
The
a lot
thing
of
is, it's
faces of
like
the
the
NBA.
next face will not be as good as LeBron James. And that's fair to say because he is.
We don't need another LeBron James. If you're telling me instead of another LeBron James, I can get and we're talking all healthy
I
and
can
we
get
actually get
10
to
good
watch them.
players
I can get
on
yes,
10 different teams.
I can get Ant, I can get Ja, I can get Tatum, I can get Luka. It's like I can get all these guys. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
But we look at all these years of like the kind of same way people are already like think about how sick of the Patriots people were and how quick people got sick of the Chiefs.
For real.
Like it's like
People were so sick of the Patriots
people are gonna get,
forever.
but it's like but people didn't let Kansas City breathe.
No,
Kansas City won, came back, and they were like, "All right, we're over this." And then they were
for
now
real.
we're sitting here, they damn, or we're on the road to a three-peat. But either way, there's nothing wrong with being the face. There's multiple faces of the NBA,
Yeah. But I mean,
and
shit. Like if you look at it, it's like James Harden for a little bit was when he was peaking, he was
James
becoming.
Harden is a face of was a face of the NBA.
I know, but like at his peak, that was close to like Steph level, but just without the winning. Like if James Harden found a way for the Rockets to beat the Warriors one of those years, made a
Yeah,
finals.
but they were he was. But that's the thing, though. You okay? Let me correct what I'm saying because I do see what you're saying because you kind of caught me where I said you have to win, and I said you can lose. But let me
Yeah.
correct what I'm saying though. I think there's a there's a limit. Like
Well, I think you more meant you don't have to win championships, but you have to
you
be
just got to
there.
be a winner. You got to be in the
Yeah,
conversation.
and it's like no,
That's
like no, you're
more
right.
what I
Like
meant.
with Ja, it's like he's not close to winning championships.
No, I'm well,
He's
it's even
barely making playoffs.
correct. He's barely being able to
He's
get
barely
on
on
the
the
court.
court.
That's what I'm saying. So it's
Yeah,
like, let's get back to job playing, and boom, another face added.
yeah.
There we go. That's all we need.
Zion as well.
But that's the thing.
He's got to get out of New Orleans though.
Zion absolutely would have been a face of the NBA.
Yeah,
Dude, fucking Lonzo Ball would have been a face of the
for real.
NBA. Like, I mean, like I'm saying, like we were so close to getting so many different faces in the NBA. It's not
Of
even
course.
funny.
I mean, we still are.
I mean, right now you're looking at, like, I mean, I think everybody I kind of named. The problem is you still got the old heads, Bron, Steph, KD, but then like I said, Ant, Tatum, Luka, Jokic, fucking Embiid when he's healthy, or Shy coming
This
up.
Embiid
I mean,
shit's real bullshit.
we're gonna talk about that in a second because I do have one segment that I want to bring that. I want to talk about something else that's NBA related because who would think we had